Welcome to the Inform Subnational Training, Module 5 on using Inform Subnational with practical examples. As a quick review, in Module 1 we discussed the vision and principles of the Inform approach. We also discussed objectives, uses, and the rationale for putting Inform in place. In Module 2, we shared knowledge on how to manage the Inform subnational process. Remember, Inform is much more than simply data. Buy-in, participation, and partnership are essential to the methodology. This module explained the process and provided actionable steps to ensure local ownership and buy-in. Module 3 got technical. We shared the mindset, skills, and specific steps required to process raw data into a complete Inform model. Module 4 discussed how to promote the model. Just doing good work is not enough. Inform partners need to advocate with the humanitarian, development, and governmental communities to demonstrate the benefits of the model and ensure that all partners understand the process and opportunity that Inform provides. In Module 5, we'll share practical examples on how to use Inform in decision-making and planning exercises using real-life scenarios. We'll walk you through examples of how Inform is used across the world and demonstrate how we can link Inform to existing processes to improve contextual awareness and service delivery. Inform is a risk management approach. It is the only cross-sectoral risk management tool of its kind. But risk thinking is new to many seasoned humanitarian practitioners who are often in a response-only mindset. You will have to provide practical advice to your colleagues on how to integrate the Inform subnational model into their work. In this final section of the training, we will learn how to give practical advice to your colleagues about using the model. You will need to become a coach and walk them through the process of making Inform meaningful and relevant to their work. Now, on to the specific examples of Niger, the Sahel, and Guatemala. We'll discuss the context, the ways the team advises others on the model's use, and the shared credible analysis and decision support that the model provides. Let's talk about the Niger national model. Niger experiences significant natural hazards from drought, as well as instability in its regions bordering Lake Chad and Nigeria. It was challenging to find Admin 2 level data for Niger. Nonetheless, the model brings together relevant datasets for useful analysis. The Inform Niger partners use the model to create a composite picture of risk. The management focal point is the OCHA office in Niger. The OCHA team will include the model in the humanitarian needs overview and humanitarian response planning cycle that happens each year. While this standard planning process occurs once per year, partners insisted that the team update the model with new data every 6 months given the fluid context to help them understand how the trends are evolving. Inform Niger provides a credible and neutral platform for discussions on risk. Many of the agencies operating in Niger have their own internal risk assessment tools which help define specific programming decisions. It is useful to compare those internal tools to a broad-based participatory tool like Inform Niger to balance the individual agency focus with wider choices. Partners can consider how are the scores different and how are they the same. And finally, Inform Niger offers an integrated way for humanitarian organizations to understand and program activities where humanitarian, development, and governmental activities are ongoing and interrelated. How can humanitarian programming also support development and governance activities? How can we use data to understand a complex environment? These are all ways to use the model in a place like Niger. Now, let's talk about the Sahel regional model. The Regional Inform Sahel model was initiated by the Emergency Response and Preparedness Group of the Regional Interagency Standing Committee, or IASC. The model is managed by the Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, or OCHA. The Inform model is being used to support the humanitarian program cycle and coordinated preparedness actions. Partners use the model to improve coordination between humanitarian and development actors in order to better manage risk and build resilience across the region. In concrete terms, this means that Inform partners keep the model updated through yearly collaborative updates. They present the model consistently at coordination meetings, and they use it as a way to discuss shared goals and strategies with governments and regional organizations. The model came from humanitarian organizations, but is becoming a way to discuss risk and what actions to take to meet this risk with governments and development organizations. The Inform Sahel model provides a central location to bring together risk data from across a massive geographic region. We do this in order to understand the many diverse trends around hazard, vulnerability, and capacity that are interacting to affect people who live in these areas. The open nature of the risk model makes it possible to have an impartial starting point in a politically complex and interconnected agency and governmental environment. Each country in the region has a unique strategic planning process for humanitarian development and governmental activities. The Inform Sahel model offers a connection point for understanding transnational trends and their impact on people, so we can design better programs to meet these challenges. The model helps answer the question, where are people most at risk across this region? And how can we plan and act to support their ability to survive and thrive? Now let's turn to the Guatemala case study. Inform Guatemala is a municipal risk index that identifies risks, threats, vulnerabilities, and response capacities in the 340 municipalities of Guatemala. This risk index simplifies information about crisis risk and uses 29 indicators representing the 3 dimensions of risk: hazard, vulnerability, and capacity. The results of the Guatemala Inform Index are used by the National Coordination System for Disaster Risk Reduction. It's also used for analysis of humanitarian crisis and disasters, municipal response capacities, and potential humanitarian needs. Government institutions, civil society, and international cooperation organizations also use the results to focus the design and implementation of their programs. This is a great example of a tool that is managed by many organizations, specifically here UNICEF, OCHA, and WFP. And there is also a direct link to the national authorities as a planning tool. This is the first Inform model to directly link to national authorities in this specific way, and it's an excellent idea that other models should think about following. The Inform model in Guatemala allows international agencies and national authorities to develop a shared understanding of risk and establish common ground for understanding what issues drive this risk. The model provides a neutral evidence base for discussions around program locations and project focus. All models and additional information are at informindex.org. Please consider joining the Inform Skype group. Email the Inform Global Lead and the technical lead here. Thanks again for participating in Module 5 of the Inform Subnational Training. In Module 5, we shared practical examples on how to use Inform in decision-making and planning exercises in real-life scenarios. We walked you through examples of how Inform is used across the world and demonstrated how we can link Inform to existing processes to improve contextual awareness and service delivery. Everyone approaches the Inform process with a unique set of needs. Your specific national or regional context in mind, ask yourself, how can you use the Inform methodology to develop a better understanding of risk to support programs that help people meet these challenges? It is also important to consider that everyone brings a different skill set to the Inform process. Perhaps you have a strong grasp of the quantitative data processing and need to understand more about how to involve partners and build consensus around data sharing for the model. Or maybe you are more like me and are comfortable with managing the process and convening the partners, but you need to learn more about the data processing elements. No matter your orientation at the beginning, this training gives you the mindsets, strategies, and tactics to tackle the various elements of the Inform process. Remember, a network of professionals and agencies are available to help you along the way.